So continuing the series, shaare, teshuva, gateways of repentance. So in the middle of the third shad, talking about the 10 levels of severity. And we're up to the 7th level of severity, which last time we were talking about sins that are punishable by your hayam itabidei shemayim. Meaning Hashem takes you out of this world. Now, we're going to discuss, because Hashem will get to the 10th level of severity today. And we're up to the 7th one, which is sins punishable by karet. So, and very now says, we're up to Saif Kufyut Het. Hamadrika Shavit, the 7th level, Homer HaKaret, the severity of sin punishable by karet. Avonot Hayavin al Zedonan Karet, with regard to the sins that carry the liability to karet when transgressed intentionally, such as those listed below. Hayav Shogeg by him, the Abi Hatat, one who transgresses them by shogeg, mistake, he is liable to a hatat offering, a sin offering. It's not the case when it comes to it's not the case when it comes to karet. So that say ki en adam hayav le'api hatat, that when the person's not liable to bring a hatat for inadvertent transgressions, other than the matter which is, if transgressed intentionally, would be punishable by karet. So what's the Baranat telling us? Basically saying that there's a unique stringency when it comes to the sin that's punishable by karet. So if one unintentionally does a sin that you're hayav karet, you bring a hatat offering. For those who the sin that the offering that people bring if they sin by mistake. Well, when it comes to, this is not the case when regard to the sins that do not carry liability of karet, meaning any other sin other than karet, if you did a sin by mistake, you do not bring this offering. So it's only for sins that are hayav karet that you have to bring this. It's not for any other sin. No, you don't. For a sin by mistake that's not hayav karet, you're okay. Karet means that both the sinner and his offspring are cut off and die prematurely. Point to which it says they shall be regarding someone who has relations with his aunt, which is punishable with by karet, they shall bear their sin and they shall die childless. Meaning that both, since it's a hayav karet, both of them get punished, them and their child. Saif Kufchet Kufchaf. You are karet Shene Halakim. The karet liability comes in two forms. One form of karet, which is the standard type, is when the sinners are cut off from this world only. This includes, for example, one who's with his sister, or with his father's sister, or with his mother's sister, meaning his aunts, or with his wife's sister, or with his brother's wife after she has been divorced, or after the death of her husband. Similarly, one who who's with his wife's or his with the wife of his father's brother or his mother's brother, meaning his aunt through marriage. This also includes one who consumes halif, which is forbidden fat or blood. One who eats hametz on Pesach. One who performs melacha on Yom Kippur. One who does not perform the mitzvah bringing Pesach offering. And one who cohabits with the nida. So basically what Birna is telling us is, so the Birna tells us the first form of karet. Karet can mean two things. One, the Birna which tells us now, means you're cut off from this world. And examples that Birna said is Giloy Arayot and eating halib or blood. One who eats hametz on Pesach, he gets this form karet that he dies prematurely. Also, if he does melacha on Yom Kippur, etc. So now, what's the same kuf chaf the second form of karet, shekiratim min ha'olam hazeh ve'olam haba. The sinners are cut off from this world and the world to come. Kegon ha'oved avodah zarah. This includes one who practices avodah zarah. Ve'oseh averot b'vad hesya. One who commits sins in full public view. Ve'abozeh et Torah. One who degrades the Torah. Kegon ha'mvazeh et lomdea. Such as if he belittles those who study it, meaning Talmidei Chachamim. He also includes in this category are those who are considered enemies of Hashem, which Bezat Hashem will get to. One who violates the covenant of the flesh by refusing to do brit milah. We will explain in detail the nature of these types of sinners in the 10th level of severity, where the second form karet is discussed. In other words, Birna over here is going to discuss the first level of karet, meaning the one that you're cut off from this world only, not the next world. Because as the 10th level is people have no share in the world to come. So, and that's the second form, the more strict form of karet. Same kuf kaf bet. שנתחייב karet. One who is liable to karet פעמים שתאריך לו הזכות בעולם הזה שניים ושלושה דורות. May on account of some merit he has be granted an extension of life in this world, sometimes for 2 or 3 generations. Generally, when Hashem delays the death penalty for the Reshaim, so in order to pay them the reward in this world for the good deeds that they have done, because everyone, even the Reshaim, do something good, they do a couple mitzvot here and there, and they're thereby eliminated them from experience the bliss of the world to come. Says in Devarim, to those who despise him, he repays whatever good they have done in their lifetime, so as to eliminate them, meaning from the world to come, and he will not delay to repay one who despises him, but he will repay him in his lifetime. So, and we're not telling us that you could sometimes see that people, they're hayav karet and they're still in this world. They're hayav karet means that they get cut off, meaning they die young. So the question is, then you see people, they're doing sins hayav karet, they live a long life. So the Birna tells us that the reason that this happens is because Hashem wants to repay them for the good that they did in this world, and that gets rid of their alama, their next world. Meaning, because every person, even a shaim, they do a couple mitzvot here and there. So Hashem has to repay them. The question is where? Hashem would rather not pay them in the next world, so He'll pay them in this world, give them billions of dollars, long life, whatever it may be. But once they die, that's it. They have no share to the world to come. This matter is explicit in the words of David HaMelech alav shalom, שנאמר, איש בעד לא ידע לא יבין עצות. Says in Tehillim, a boorish man cannot know, nor can a fool understand this. בפרוח ישעים כמו עשב ויסיסו כל פועל להבין לשלמדם עד עד. When the wicked flourish like grass and all evildoers blossom, so they'll be destroyed till eternity. So you see clearly from here. So Rasha, you see him, he goes up in this world really to destroy him for eternity. Said, who was a prophet that led the musician the times of David HaMelech, also has some psalms in the book of David in Tehillim. Said, קינאתי בעוללים שלום רשעים אראה כי אין חרסובות למותם. I invite the untruly pleasure seekers when I saw the peace of the wicked, where there are no fetters to their death. Until I entered sanctuaries of God, whereupon I understood their end. What does the phrase understood their end mean? It means I realized that the retribution for the wicked is meted out in their future, meaning after they die. Says Mishle, for there is no future for the evil man, the lamp of the wicked shall die out. So again, the point is these Pesukim are telling us that Rasha gets paid in this world, and which gets rid of him his next world. See, Kufaf Gimel, Ve'amru Sunna Rakah, Hakamim Sunna Rakah stated in the Midrash, Kwez Rabba, Amar Rabbi Yoshia says, for three reasons that Kadosh Baruch Hu is slow to anger with the wicked and allows them to continue living in this world. Shema Yasu Teshuva, 1, maybe they'll do Teshuva. O Yasu Mitzvot Kadosh Baruch Hu Yishalem Secharam, Ba'olam Hazeh. 2, or maybe they perform some mitzvot and therefore for Kadosh Baruch Hu to grant them a reward in this world. Perhaps the righteous children will come from them. So again, what we're saying is that Rabbi Yoshia says there's 3 reasons why Rasha sometimes Hashem lets them continue to live in this world. 1, maybe they'll do teshuva. 2, maybe they did some mitzvot and therefore they're worthy, as we said before. Or 3, maybe Sadiqim children will come from them. Some examples. Shekaf Matzinu. We find that Herich Panim Le'ahaz, Hashem was slow to anger with King Ahaz, the wicked King Ahaz, and the righteous King Hizkiah came forth from him. He was also slow to anger with the King Ammon, and the righteous King Yoshia came forth from him. Shimei, he was slow with Shimei ben Gera. He rebelled against David, cursed him. Mordechai, and the righteous Mordechai came from him. So we see that maybe a lot of times righteous children descend from Reshaim. We also have, for example, Betuel had Rivka. Also Lavan had Leah Rachel. So even though they're Reshaim, they still had Sadiqim children that came from them. Siv Kuf Chaf Dalet. Ve'inyan Karet. The meaning of Karet which means cut off, on the basic level is Kitsur Ashanim. The sinner's years are cut short. According to what it says in Mishle, the years of the wicked will be cut short. Okay. ויש בעניין קיצור השנים הפרש בין מיתה לכרת. There's a difference between death at the ends of heaven and karet with regard to shortening of one's lifespan. כי הכרת מות האדם קודם 50 שנה. Karet entails a person to dying before the age of 50. והמיתה קודם 60 כבתי מדבר. While death at the ends of heaven entails the person dying before the age of 60, as with those who died in the midbar, in the wilderness. So no amount, what I mean to say is, Kimi the one who was destined to live for 70 or 80 years, and subsequently he became liable to death at the hands of heaven, now died at the age of 60. However, not all died before the age of 60 were liable to death, for there are righteous individuals whose lifespan to begin with was less than 60. As the Achamim stated, one dies at the age of 52. Zohi mitato shel Shemuel Arami. It's like the death of Shemuel of Haramati. The death of Shemuel of Ramah, meaning Shemuel Navi, who died at the age of 52, which was young then. Obviously, Shemuel didn't do anything that was, even though he's completely righteous, that was when he was destined to die to begin with. It's not because he was Hayam Mita Bidei Shamayim or he was Hayal Karet. So what Bernard's saying is that Hayam Karet is more severe than Hayam Mita Bidei Shamayim. Hayam Karet, you die at 50. Or before the age of 50, and Hayav Mita B'Ilei Shamayim is dying before the age of 60. So those are two still young ages. So then we said that what this means is like if someone's destined to live 70, 80 years, his lifespan becomes shorter. Because we have Sadiqim, they could be destined to live for less than that. So because some Sadiqim they live shorter, although that's really not because they were Hayav Karet or Hayim David Shemayim, but rather that was how long they were destined to live in this world. ונאמר אל תכריתו את שבט המשפחות הקהתי מתוך הלוויים. It's stated in addressing the Kohanim, do not cut off the tribe of the families of Kehat among the Levim. They should not come to look as the holy inserted, lest they die. Infer from this pasuk, Ki akaret kodem 50 shana. Akaret means death before the age of 50. Perush HaMikra. The proof is based on the explanation of the Pesukim as follows. אל תהיה נסיבה מאיתכם להפריד שבט הקהתי מתוך עבודת הלוויים. Do not cut off the tribe of the families of Kehat from among the Leviim means do not cause anything that would cut off the tribe of Kehat from serving among the Leviim. Meaning that don't cause anything that would don't let it happen, because that means when the pasuk is speaking about the Kohanim having taken care of not to cause the families of Kehat to be Hayav Karet, from among the Leviim, it means during the service of Leviim, meaning don't let them die before during their years of service. And Rabbi Yonah continues to explain what could be inferred with the Shua Shvanah Racham Bizeh. Achamim Shvanah Racham said in Yerushalmi Bikurim. Inferred from this pasuk, Ki Akaret Kodem Hamishim Shana. The Karet means just before the age of 50. Verush HaMikra. The proof is based on the explanation of this pasuk. These pasukim as follows. Al tiyeh nesiba mitechem le'akrit shevet hakehatim mito avodat Leviim. Do not cut off the tribe of the family to Kehat from among the Leviim means do not cause anything that would cut off the tribe of Kehat from serving among the Leviim. Ki lo tishmeru otam shelo yavo le'erod kevalayit hakodesh. For if you, the Kohanim, do not watch over them, that will not enter when they see the holy vessels are being inserted into the sacks for transport. They'll be cut off from serving among the Leviim, which is because they'll die before 50 years of age, which is the age the Kohen retired from the service. Says 50 years of age you shall retire from the ranks of service. So in other words, Mary is telling us the proof we see from the Torah that Hayal Karet is before the age of 50. It's because when Hashem was telling the Kohanim, don't make the Levim Hayal Karet, meaning and that will cause them not to finish their work, their days of service for doing the service for the Leviim. And that means, and we know the Torah also tells us that Leviim they work until the age of 50, meaning that it has to be they die before the age of 50. It means they didn't get to complete their work for all their 50 years. That's how I know. סעיף קכ"ה יש בחייבים כריתות אשר גורם לזרעו מוקש לה ושחיתות. Of those who are liable to karet, there's one who causes his offspring to fall prey to evil and corruption. לבד מאשר אחרית הזרע לאחרית. In addition to the offspring's ultimate fate of their life being cut short, which exists in every case of karet, this refers to one who's with a nida, the offspring conceived through such a relationship, which is referred to as the sinful offspring. For even while they are alive, there's a sign of brazenness, figuratively marked upon their foreheads. This is our Hakamim said in Kala Rabati. As Panim, Halo Ben Anida. One whose brazen face is surely the son of a woman who was Anida at the time of his conception. The transgressions of the son will be borne by the bones of the father. Whereas he causes his son to be a sinner from the womb, meaning he planted in him negative traits that will cause him to sin. Woe to the wicked one who does evil to others, for the corruption is his. Both the soul and the soul of his wife will surely be cut off. And his lawless offspring will be completely cut off. So the Rebbeinu is telling us that those who are Hayal Karet, that's also one who causes his offspring to fall and become corrupted and be already more of a rasha, because, and that refers to when one's with a nida, meaning since she's sameh, so basically that means that you are planting negative traits into your son, leading them to sin. It's thanks to you that he has all these desires and all these yesara, and if he loses his yesara, you're going to be punished for it. Why? Because you're the one who actually planted in that thing. Because if you're causing others to sin, so you're going to be responsible for all his sins. And that's what's happening over here. The Birna makes a critical point about nida. V'aisha yinehi b'nida tumata. Woman who remains in her impure nida state, kamim ta'ara mizova, v'sochla shivat yamim kamishpat. If she has ceased to have a flow and counted herself 7 clean days as required, calls her man shelo tola, ומקווה מים או מנהר ומעיין אשר בו 40 סאה, as long as she's not immersed in a pool of rainwater and waters of river spring that contain 40 se'ah, and 1 se'ah is equivalent to approximately to 5 gallons, so 40 se'ah is about 200 gallons. So if one doesn't immerse in such waters, the numerical value of the required 40 se'ah is halochim le'et. The waters of Shiloh that flow gently le'at is a numerical value of 40. Until a woman immerses herself in such waters, she remains a nida, and she conceives. So at this point, her child is subject to everything we said above, and he becomes rasha and things like that. So everyone else just telling us, you gotta make sure that you're in 40 se'ah, 200 gallons of water. And that you have to be in such a mikveh, that type of mikveh. Of course, it has to be ocean or lake water, whatever. Things like that. That's the 7th level of severity. The 8th level of severity is sins punishable by capital punishment. Meaning, the four types of categories of people who are executed, they die from the bet din. Meaning, you have four levels. You have sekila, stoning, serefa, burning, headache, getting killed with a sword, and headache is getting choked to death. The 8th level, severity of mitzvot, arba mitot betin. The category of sins that are punishable by one of the 4 death penalties of bet din. Vehem sekila, serefa, headache, v'headache. As we said before, sekila, stoning, serefa, burning, headache, killing with a sword, and headache, strangulation. Sekila, hamura mina serefa, v'serefa mina headache, shehu b'saif, v'headache mina headache. At least sekila is more severe than serefa is more severe than headache, which is carried out by the sword, and headache is more severe than headache. Meaning, so the order that we mentioned is, it goes from stoning, which is the most severe one, to choking, which is the least severe. Among the sins that are punishable by sekila are the following: one who's with his father's wife or his daughter-in-law, or with another male, uval olvi deoni, or a practitioner of oridoni, meaning divination type of stuff, all types of things, whatever. someone who does curse Shabbat. One curses father or mother. One cohabits with the betrothed Ne'ara. Someone, a woman is going through puberty. An insider to idolatry. A sorcerer. A wayward and a rebellious son. The most severe of all the sins and categories is one who blasphemes the divine name and he worships Avodah Zarah. The following transgressions are executed by Serefa. One who was with the woman and her daughter. Or with his wife's daughter, or son's daughter, or daughter's daughter. Or his mother-in-law, his mother-in-law's mother, or his father-in-law's mother. Those are sins with being serefa, burning. Say kufafhet. And besides shenayim, two transgressions that are headache. A murderer and the people of a subverted city. Meaning that all the residents of the Jewish city in Eretz Israel, or the majority of them, were led astray and worshipped Avodah Zarah. They're all liable to headache. As you see, so meaning, in other words, these are the only two things that are hayav headache. A murderer, so of course, because since he kills, he gets killed. Also, people who worship Avodah Zarah and things like that, if we see, that's all the tragedies, all the goyim, they go kill us with the sword. Mechanik, found are sinners executed by Hinik. One who strikes his father and mother. One who abducts a person among Bnei Israel. Meaning that he uses the language of a pasuk that sets the penalty for the sin. Because pasuk says, if a man is found kidnapping a person of his brethren among Bnei Israel, and he leaves him, sells him, the kidnapper shall die. Since he rebels against the words of Betin. One who prophesies falsely in the name of Hashem. One who prophesies in the name of false God. One who covets with a married woman. Those are sins executed by Hinik. That's the sins that are due to the four levels of four sins that are executed from court. Sif Kuf Lamed. Avirus Rabbateinu Subhanahu wa Ta'ala Miyom Shahara Bet HaMikdash, from the day that Bet HaMikdash was destroyed, even though the four death penalties of Betin of Tzis, and the Din Abba Mitot Lo Batlo, the punishment of the four death penalties has not ceased. Meaning they still will die in manners similar to the penalty prescribed for them. Mi shenit hayem sekila or nofel mina agad or hayad dorasto. All liable to sekilah will either fall from a roof or is trampled by a wild beast. Why? Because sekilah, they push you off the cliff. So your hayav sekila, you fall off the roof, something like that. Mishin hayav serifa or no pill bika or no hash maksho. One who's liable to serifa burning either falls into the fire or is bitten by a snake. Why a snake? Because a snake, it also means it consists of internal burning, meaning not an external one, meaning it's inside. Meaning in this process, a molten lead is poured down the throat, and that's how he dies. You pour something down his throat. It's not that he gets actually burnt. And also, when a snake, same thing. You're bitten by a poisonous snake. The person dies by the snake venom that burns his body. It burns through his body. ומי שנחייב הריגה או נמצא למלכות או ישים בעין עליו, one is liable to a headache will either be handed over to the authorities or will be attacked by thieves, because that's what he deserves. That's things that are being killed with the sword. ומי שנחייב הניקה או טובע בנהר או מת בסרונקית, the one who's liable to a headache either drowns in a river or dies of a choking disease, which is a condition where the throat becomes so constricted that he cannot breathe. Say Kuf Lamed Aleph. והבעל על השפחה דומה לחייבי מיתות בדין בשני דרכים. One who cravens with the non-Jewish maidservant, meaning does not refer to Shifha Kenanit, the Kenanite maidservant, meaning a slave, which was commonly known. That's what they used to have in the Talmud times. This is talking about a case where you're with a idolatrous woman. So again, Rabba Shifha Domre Hayave Mitot Betin Bishne Dachim. One class of the non-Jewish maidservant is similar to in two ways to those who hayav mitat betin. Ki also navracha Abu El Aramit Kanain Poin Bo. First, because our Hakamim, so said, one who was with the Aramean woman, the zealous ones may kill him, as we see by Pinchas. Kanyan Shekatu Vaitko Etinen. According to that which is written, and he pierced them both. Because they had Zimri, who was the prince of the tribe, he was the Nasi for Shevet Shimon, and he was with the Midianite princess named Cosbi. And since he was with her, so Pinchas, who was zealous, he took a spear and he killed them while they were doing his act. An explanation of the matter regarding when would you be allowed to do this? If someone discovers a sinner and he sees that he's straying by committing this sin in a place where people see him, meaning they know that they're doing this sin, and still he's not separated from the transgression, and they think, he may kill him upon encountering him, meaning those were the those were the circumstances of the case of Pinchas and Zimri. The fact that the sinner can be put to death by human hands demonstrates the severity of the sin, and in this way comparable to the sins that your high death penalty imposed by a beti. So it's kind of similar. Moreover, in the following matters, his punishment is more severe than all those liable by the death of betin. Where they are put to death only through the testimony of two witnesses here, and the warning that they'll be prohibited, and they'll be executed for doing it. About peace Sanhedrin, and by the ruling of Sanhedrin, whereas regarding the sinner who's with the idolatrous woman, when whoever discovers him in the midst the act may kill him without witnesses or warning. So, but, however, the Ravad, however, says that even in this case, the sinner may be killed only if he was warned and ignored the warning. But Abirana, however, is telling us that he doesn't even have to be warned. But both agree that you don't do it. There doesn't have to be witnesses. If people know about it, you don't need testimony. You could just kill him. Kuf Bet. Aside from this, Hilil Arashan is cut et Kodesh Hashem Asher Ahel Bat El Mechad. The aforementioned villain has defiled the holy name of nation of Hashem, which he loved, and he's sorted with the daughter of a foreign god. Kol ben echad asher olit yeh lo lekach umokesh umazkeret avon risav ka'avon haben. And any foreign child that he fathers from his union will be a trap and a snare to him, and a reminder of his sin. And the father will bear the sin of his son. And this action, he has betrayed Hashem, for he's begotten alien children. So what we're saying is that Pasuk describes the act of fathering such children as an act of betrayal against Hashem, because the children have the status of idol worshippers. So from this relationship, you basically, it's like this child has the status of idolater, as the one worships Allah. And you'll be haya for any of these sins that come upon because you brought him in this world like that. That's what we're saying. Siv Kuf, Lamed Gimel. Ochenichi Galu Shamayim, Avono Ve'eretz Mikomama Lo. Second way that punishment for the sin resembles that penalty is that heavens will reveal his sin, the great punishment that he will receive, and the earth will rise up against him, meaning the earth itself will punish him, meaning, for example, by withholding crops. For his sin will hasten to bring about his downfall, and ultimately will be hanged on the gallows by his head. His fate thus resembles of that of those who are liable to the death bedin and the destruction of the Bet HaMikdash. Ki min hashamayim shpetun sheyemutun v'dam shelo kemot kol adam v'asher be'anu. Although they cannot be executed by Bet Din, do not escape death, but they are sentenced by heaven to die for their rebelliousness. And their death is not like the death of a whole man, as we explained. Much to the sinner as well, even though he may not be killed by zealots, he will not escape death at the end of heaven. So Hachamim say anyone who is with a maidservant will be hanged by his head. שנאמר, אך אלוהים ימחץ ראש אויביו, כל שיער מתהלך בשמיים. Says in Tehillim, God will cleave only the head of his foes, the hairy skull of him who saunters with his guilt. The term with his guilt is an allusion to the sin of being with the maidservant. פירוש ימחץ כל בשיער כי יתעלה בשערו. The meaning of the word will cleave the hairy skull is that which it will be cleaved with his hair, meaning that he will be hanged by his hair. נאמר יחרט השם לאיש אשר יעשנה אל ועונה מעולה יעקב. And it is stated regarding the sin Malachi, may Hashem eliminate from the man who does this, the one who initiates and one that answers in the tent of Yaakov. Hakamim explained this to mean that he will not have a son who initiates and learn discussions among Hakamim, or is qualified to answer the questions of his disciples. So, basically saying, so even that means even if he himself is Torah scholar, he won't have the merit of having children who will follow in his footsteps. So that's what we're saying. That's what happens if you do the sin being with the idolatrous woman. סעיף קל"ד ועמדו לאבותינו זכרונם לברכה, חכמים זכרונם לברכה said in פרקי אבות, הרב בא לעולם. The sword comes to the world on account of the following sins: al inui adin, for delaying justice; ve'al nivut adin, for perverting justice, and judges who purposely absolve the guilty and condemn the innocent; ve'al hamorim b'torah she'lo k'halacha, and those who render Torah rulings against the true halacha. Savage beasts come to the world for vain oaths, and for the desecration of the name of Hashem. So what we're saying is that, so having included the category of sins that bring about heavenly punishment, appearing on lists, sins that are punished by widespread heavenly retribution. So Hakamim said in Pirkei Avot that the sword comes to the world on the account for the following sins, except for delaying justice, meaning when judges of court know that what the verdict will be, yet they delay taking any actions. That's one. Two, perverting it, meaning you make the guilty, make them innocent, innocent, you make them guilty. And also for those who render Torah rulings against the true halacha, what's going to come out of that? Beasts are going to come to the world for vain oaths, meaning you just swear for no reason, and for Ilul Hashem. סעיף קל"ה מן הדברים אשר אינם למוכיחים להזהיר ולהעיד בעם עליהם. Among the matters about which it is worthwhile for those who are in position to rebuke, to warn, and alert the people, לשמור על אורחות פריס, and to guard against the breaches in those areas, מצוות השבת, in the commandment of Shabbat observance, regarding those primary melachot and their derivative melachot. כי רבות מהנה נעלמו מעיני רבים. For many of them are concealed from many people. אף אין מגיד, אף אין משמיע. And there is no one who tells them or anyone who informs them of these matters. Therefore, it's essential to educate the public in these laws so that they may know how to refrain from desecrating Shabbat, a prohibition that when committed intentionally carries a severe penalty of death at the hands of bit deed. So over here we're saying that Birna is concluding the 8th level of severity by saying he's telling people to warn the ignorant people about these sins, the punishments, things like that, to warn them about this. For example, the sin not to break Shabbat, things like that, the primary melachot, even if it's less severe melachot, and they're known as the avot melachot. There's also those are things that are forbidden by biblical law. They are known as toladot. So again, what we're saying is we gotta warn them so that they don't come to stumble in these sins. So that's what we're saying. The 9th level of severity are the 3 cardinal sins, meaning 3 sins, Gilui Arayot, Shefchut Amim, and killing you. We'll see. See Kufa Midvav. Hamadega Teshit, the 9th level of severity of sins is Homena Averot Sheareg Ve'al Yavon Aleh. Severity of prohibitions which one must allow himself to be killed rather than transgress. Aminu said, concerning all the Averot in the Torah, if one is by another transgress such and such prohibition, and you will not be killed, meaning, but if you do not, I will kill you. He should transgress the prohibition and not allow himself to be killed. It says, you shall observe my decrees and my laws, which man shall carry out, by which he shall live, meaning, it implies that he shall live by Hashem's laws and not die for them. Meaning you observe Hashem's laws by living, not that's going to kill you to perform Hashem's mitzvot. This implies that you shall live by Hashem's laws and not die for them. This applies only to idol worship, illicit relations, and murder. For if one is told by another about one of these 3 prohibitions, transgress it and you will not be killed, but if you do not, I will kill you. He must allow himself to be killed and not transgress this prohibition. Even if you're told to commit the carnal sin in private, which he must allow himself to be killed rather than sin. If one is told to address any of the mitzvot in the Torah in public, he must allow himself to be killed and not transgress the prohibition. Says in Vayikra, and I should be sanctified among the children of Israel. This pasuk requires every Jew to sanctify Hashem's name in public by refusing to violate any mitzvah in public, even at the cost of his life. Because since it's Hilul Hashem, so that's why you die for it. You also allow yourself to be killed in front of 10 people. In times of religious persecution, even when in private, one must allow himself to be killed and not transgress any prohibition. So meaning during times of religious persecution, one may not let persecutors succeed in the campaign of terrorizing the Jews, or if they are successful, to continue for their persecution. Even if one submits in private, they will become public knowledge and will strengthen them. And since the very continuity of Torah life is at stake, so you're required, it doesn't matter, you get killed, you're required for any mitzvah, even in a private setting, because the Torah is on the line. So Abraham is just telling us what are the sins that one must die for. In general, we have the 3 sins which you all know. If you worship Avodah Zarah, Gilui Arayot, and killing someone, to kill someone else. Meaning he says, I'll kill you, or you kill someone else. Either you kill someone else or I kill you. You must die and not kill the other person. He also said if there is 10 people, you also must die regardless of the sin. And also in times of religious persecution. Even when in private, you must allow to be killed for any mitzvah, it doesn't matter. Now here's the interesting part. Rabbi now is going to tell us. This, up to here, you probably already knew. But there's something even more interesting. Even the sin, it's not, this rule doesn't only apply to the actual 3 sins. Meaning that, let's say, okay, only if you do the basic form of Avodah Zarah, you have to die for it. Not only if you literally kill someone, you have to die not to kill someone. No, that's not what we're talking about. Not only are we talking about that, but even the categories inside these sins, which are actually, they may seem like tiny sins. They're basically, they're the minor part of the sin. As we'll see examples now, because this part's people don't know. V'ashalosh avirot haniskarot. Regarding 3 transgressions mentioned above, asar hakal shebahena onsho hamur mikama avirot hamurot. Even their less severe aspects, meaning their ancillary prohibitions, incur a greater punishment at the hands of heaven than the punishment incurred by many grievous transgressions. So meaning, even these like secondary, if you want to call it, sins, they're like the secondary part, or like the less severe part of the sin. You might say it's not that great, but really, it's more severe than many regular transgressions. Nikaro, Hakamim, blessed memory, called the less severe aspect of the sin the dust of the transgression. So now let's give examples. So let's call it the dust of transgression, as the Hakamim call it. Meaning the less severe aspect, meaning either the things that the Hakamim decreed to prevent you from actually doing the actual sin, or things that are similar to it, which we'll see now. Let's take an example of the dust of Avodah Zarah. Ve'amnu bakol mitrapein mihuli sheyesh bo sakanat nefashot. Hachamim said in Pesachim, one may be healed of a life-threatening illness with any substance, even when that benefit is prohibited. Hutz me'aseh asherah, except for the wood of asherah, which is the tree worshipped as avodah zarah. She'im yomru lo aveh alin she'asherah v'rapeh v'en. This means that if one who is stricken with a life-threatening illness is told, bring leaves of an asherah and be healed through them, yamut v'al yirapeh v'en. He must allow himself to die and not be healed through them. Meaning, if you have anything that's avodah zarah, you're not even allowed to be healed through that. Think, if people worship this avodah zarah, are you worshiping it? Are you bowing down to this tree? Bowing down to the Asherah tree? No. You're using it to feel better. You're not even allowed. You have to die for that. Although one derives benefit from the wood of an Asherah, but it does not actually worship idols, he's just benefiting from something that people worship as avodah zarah. He's not actually bowing down to it. It's still forbidden to benefit from them, since this manner of healing oneself is included in the dust of avodah zarah. One must therefore allow himself to die. And one may not be healed from them, because one's not even allowed to benefit from avodah zarah. And this is to the extent that one must die not to benefit from avodah zarah. The reason simply benefiting from such wood in this way is considered ancillary to avodah zarah is that by healing oneself with it, it's as if you're supporting the worshippers of Asherah, showing them, I'm with you, it's okay, whatever. For they may claim that it was the power of the Asherah that saved his life, and that's obviously a Hilul Hashem, very big Hilul Hashem. They're gonna say, oh look, our Asherah, our God, thanks to him, because he healed this person. And that's what we're saying over here. Since they're gonna, since you're, that's in a way you're actually supporting the avodah zarah, even though you're not actually bowing down to it. You're just putting it in their minds. Perhaps they'll think, oh, look, my avodah zarah saves people. That means, of course, this is a God. Hasbi shalom. So now, what's the dust of sin of illicit relations? This one, people should really know. Sif kuf lam hit. You might have an idea of what it is. V'chen l'inyan gilui arayot. The same applies with regard to illicit relations. Yamut ve'al yitapeh min ha'avat shel gilui arayot. Even if one is stricken with a life-threatening illness, he must not allow himself to die and be healed through the dust of gilui arayot. Yigon shehashak be'eshet ish. For example, if one was overcome by a desire for a married woman to the point where he felt dangerously ill, or he was told that there is no cure for him unless if she appears before him unclothed, or unless she has some type of conversation with him. He must allow himself to die and not breach the safeguard against transgressing the prohibition relationship with a married woman. From this law, you should realize the severity of the prohibition against even touching the hand of a married woman. You must die not to touch a hand of a married woman. So for those who are sinning and touching women, they should know that really they have to die not to touch it. That's how severe the sin is. People don't know that. See the dust of murder. This one's also very important. Now the dust of murder is the act of humiliating someone, by either saying lashon hara and make fun of him, whatever. 2 reasons for this. 1, because the face of a humiliated person turns red. the red coloring leaves his face, the face because the face of the humiliated person pales, and the red coloring leaves his face as the blood drains from his face. ודומה אל השיחה. In this way, embarrassing person resembles bloodshed. Said clearly, secondly, the agony of being humiliated is more bitter than death. Therefore, one who humiliates another is considered, in a sense, to have committed murder. Therefore, Allah said, לעולם יפיל אדם עצמו לכבשן האש ואל ילבין פני חברו כרבים. A person should always cast himself into a fiery furnace in order not to shame his fellow in public. This is what it means. Because really and if you thought this just means, okay, sketch, it actually means literally, better to get yourself killed than to embarrass someone in public. Because you're supposed to die, not to commit the sin. So we're saying two reasons why one, humiliating a person is like killing him. One, because his face turns red, which is like you're killing him in blood. Two, since it's more bitter than death, since you're always constantly suffering, it's not only considered murder, it's worse than murder. So how much more so? ולא אמרו כן בשאר העבירות החמורות. Something they did not say in regard to other grievous transgressions. אכן דימו אבק השיחה אל הנחיסה. But it's because they liken the dust to murder itself. וכמו שאמרו כי ייהרג ואל ייסח. Accordingly, just as they said that one must allow himself to be killed not to commit murder, ודומה לזה אמרו שיפיל עצמו לכבשן האש ואל ילבין פני חברו ברבים. They similarly said in Merachot that one must cast himself to a fiery furnace, not humiliate himself in public. ולמדו זה מעניין תמר, and they derive this lesson from the incident of Tamar. שנאמר, היא מוצאת והיא שלחה אל המי הגומר. Said, as she was taken out, she sent word to her father-in-law, saying, by the man whom these I belong, I am pregnant, etc. Meaning, Tamar sent the pledges given to her by Yehuda as a veiled message that he was the father and she was innocent of wrongdoing. Thus, you see, although they're already taking her out to be burned, she had not revealed to all that she was pregnant from Yehuda, so as not to humiliate him in public. Instead, she relied on Yehuda to stop the execution if he decided to do so. Bearing his admission, however, Tamar was prepared to die in the fire rather than publicly expose Yehuda. So you see that with the Yehuda, when Yehuda was with Tamar and she became pregnant, she died not to reveal that he was the one who made her pregnant. And although they were taking her to the fire, it was better to die in the fire than to go embarrass Yehuda in public. And if Yehuda wanted to come and say it was really me, and in that case, then only Yehuda could stop it. She can't say anything about it. So that's what we're saying. Save Kuf Mem. ועוד אמרו, and I'm coming further to say it further, according כל היודעים לגיהינום עולים חוץ משלושה שיודעים ואינם עולים. All those who descend to Gehinnom ascend except for three, who descend but do not ascend. Hamalbin, Peneh, Havero, Barabim, meaning that they stay. So these three people, they stay longer in Gehinnom than regular people. Someone who humiliates his fellow in public. Someone who calls his fellow by derogatory nickname. And one who cohabits with a married woman. Compared one who humiliates his fellow in public. As well as one who calls his fellow by a derogatory nickname, since it is also an act of humiliating. Keep in mind this is humiliating him, which we said is a sense of murder. And to someone who cohabits with the married woman, which is one of the transgressions that one must allow himself to be killed and not transgress. So we also see from here that publicly humiliating a person is also sin, that one must allow himself to be killed rather than transgress it. And save Kuf Mem Aleph. Ve'od Amru, Hakamim say it further, Spikei Avot, Malbin Peneh Havero Barabim En Lo Helek Olam Haba. One who humiliates his fellow in public has no share in the world to come. And the reason they said the same, why did they not say the same about a murderer who also has no share in the world to come? That one who humiliates his fellow in public is worse than the murder in the sense that it's not realized the gravity of the sin. And therefore his soul is not bitter within him as a result of his sin is that of a murderer. Therefore, whereas a murderer is likely to be overcome by remorse and eventually repent of his sin, the sinner will unlikely do teshuva, and therefore, since he won't repent most likely, since he doesn't realize it's so severe, and the same thing goes for touching the hands of a married woman, or what do you call it, or benefiting from avodah zarah. You don't look at it as such a grave sin. Although, since it's unlikely you repent because you don't look at it this way. That's why in Pirkei Avot it mentions that one who humiliates his friend in public, and not that he actually kills someone, although they both have no share to the world to come. But this one is just more likely to happen because people don't do teshuva on this. If someone actually kills someone, he's definitely going to feel bad. But someone who makes fun of someone, he's not going to be guilty. He's most probably not going to do teshuva. And that's why Pirkei Avot mentions that. So now, Seif Kuf Mem Aleph, the Birna concludes with this, and we'll conclude with this, that discusses a sin that is similar to these three sins. Cardinal. Val Mitzvot Shabbat, regarding commandment to observe Shabbat. Amru Zena Raka Shekula Shabbat Keneged Kol HaMitzvot. Hakamim Zena stated in Yerushalmi Berakot that Shabbat is equivalent to all other mitzvot combined. Amru Zena Raka and Hakamim Zena Raka similarly stated in Masechet Chulin. Ki ha'oved avodah zarah o hamhalel Shabbatot befaresya, one who worships idols he breaks Shabbat publicly, who meshumad bechol haTorah kula, even if he keeps all other mitzvot, is considered as he's an apostate regarding the entire Torah. he has the same status as a person who disregards all the mitzvot. Ushitato nevela. As an apostle, his shechita, his ritual slaughter is invalid, and an animal that he slaughters has the status of a nevela, meaning an animal that died without shechita. Yosir et hayayin b'magao, and he renders the wine prohibited by touching it. So we're saying here's a sin that's similar, as we're saying, to the three sins, is if you're breaking Shabbat, or if you're breaking Shabbat, because since we're saying Yerushalmi V'achot, that when you keep Shabbat, it's like you keep all the mitzvot. It's equivalent to all the other mitzvot combined. So obviously it means the opposite. If you're going to transgress it, it's like you're denying the rest of the mitzvot. We said before that you're only what do you call it? You're only one who's an apostate with regard to that law. But here you're an apostate with regard to the entire Torah. Because before we would say that you're an apostate in one matter, meaning, okay, only in that law you're just denying it. But here you're denying the whole Torah, so it's much more serious. So if you're worshiping Avodah Zarah, or you're desecrating Shabbat, you're denying the whole Torah. And therefore, and since it has a status of a person who disregards all the mitzvot, so his shechita won't be good, and if he touches wine, it will get the status of it's prohibited, but it's prohibited wine because he touched it. So we finished the 9th level of severity. B'ezrat Hashem, next time we will continue the 10th level of severity, which is sins of those transgressors who have no share in the world to come, which, as we said before, is more of the second form of karet. B'ezrat Hashem, next time we'll continue with Ze'ev Kuf Mem Gimel, and we'll continue next time.